Good afternoon all. So today in the methodology and instrumentation we are going to discuss about the autoclave, which is the common laboratory equipment which are used in our microbiology laboratory. Introduction. An autoclave is a machine used to carry out industrial and scientific processes requiring elevated temperature and pressure in relation to ambient pressure or temperature. Autoclaves are used in medical applications to perform sterilization, and in the chemical industry also it is used to cure coatings and vulcanize rubber and for hydrothermal synthesis. Here we are giving more emphasis to the use in our medical field. Definition. An autoclave is a machine that provides a physical method of sterilization. In the last year we have studied the physical method. In this autoclave we have already studied. So again I am discussing about autoclave. It is a physical method of sterilization by killing bacteria, viruses and even spores which are present in the material put inside of the vessel and using the steam under pressure. So this method is based on the steam under pressure. Autoclave sterilizes the materials. How? By heating them up to a particular temperature for a specific period of time. Here the autoclave is also called steam sterilizer, that is commonly used in healthcare facilities and industries for the various purposes. Now the autoclave is considered as a more effective method of sterilization, and it is based on the moist heat sterilization. In the last class we have discussed hot air oven, which is coming under dry heat sterilization. Next is about autoclave parts and components. The simplest form of autoclave is pressure cooker types or laboratory bench autoclaves. The following are the detailed description of different components of or parts of an autoclave. This is the simple autoclave and it resembles to that of the pressure cooker, and the upper portion there is a small lid. This is the pressure regulating device, and this is the pressure gauge where we measure the how much pressure is have obtained. This is the safety valve, and this portion is the autoclave lid, and these two are handles. This is the body part of autoclave, and this first valve is the steam release valve, and second one is the vacuum release valve, and this is the outer stand. First about pressure chamber. The pressure chamber, this is the pressure chamber. It is the main component of the steam autoclave, and it consists of an inner chamber and an outer jacket. So pressure chamber consists of an inner chamber and outer jacket. The inner chamber is made up of stainless steel or gunmetal, which are present inside the outer chamber inside, and the outer chamber is made up of iron case. So here there is a full stop or comma. Okay. So the inner chamber is made up of stainless steel or gunmetal, which is present inside. The outer chamber is made up of an iron case. The autoclaves used in healthcare laboratories have an outer jacket that is filled with steam to reduce the time taken to reach the sterilization temperature. So it is required to reduce the time taken to reach the sterilization temperature. Outer jacket. The inner chamber is the case where the material to be sterilized are put. So here we put the materials for the sterilization within the inner chamber. The size of the pressure chamber ranges from 100 liter to 3000 liter. Next is lid or door. The next important component of an autoclave is the lid or door of the autoclave. The purpose of the lid, what is the purpose? It is to seal off the outside the atmosphere and create a sterilized condition on the inside of the autoclave. So the purpose of the lid is to create a sterilized condition inside of the autoclave. The lid is made airtight through a screw clamps and asbestos washer, which are present. Asbestos washer is present inside of the lid, and there are also screw clamps. The lid consists of various other components like pressure gauge. The pressure gauge, it is present on the lid of the autoclave to indicate what the pressure, how much pressure is created in the autoclave during the sterilization. The pressure gauge is essential because it assures the safety of the autoclave and the working condition of the operation. So we can check how much pressure is reached. Next is a pressure releasing unit or whistle, which is similar in the small pressure cooker which we are using in the kitchen. A whistle is present on the lid of the autoclave and is the same as that of the pressure cooker. The whistle controls the pressure inside the chamber by releasing amount of vapor by lifting itself. So this whistle controls the pressure inside the chamber. Next is about safety valve. The safety valve is present on the lid of the autoclave, which is crucial in cases where the autoclave fails to perform its action or pressure inside increases uncomfortably. So it is present on the lid, and it is crucial because whenever there is a fail in the autoclave to perform its action or the pressure inside increases uncontrollably, the safety valve is important because it tells us about how much pressure is attained. The valve has a thin layer of rubber that bursts itself to release the pressure and to avoid the danger of explosion. The safety valve which is required is necessary. Next is about steam generator or electrical heater. An electrical steam generator or boiler, it is present underneath the chamber that uses an electric heating system to heat the water and generate the steam inside and out, inner and outer chamber. So a steam generator which is electrically connected, which helps to heat the water and generate steam. The level of the water present in the inner chamber is vital because what if the water is not sufficient, what happens? There are chances of burning of the heating system. Similarly, if the water is more than necessary, what happens? It might interfere with the tray and other components which are present inside the chamber. Next is vacuum generator. In some types of autoclaves, a separate vacuum generator is present. It is not present in all type of autoclaves, and a vacuum generator is present which pulls out the air from the inside of the chamber to create a vacuum inside the chamber. So this vacuum generator pulls out the air from the chamber to create vacuum inside the chamber. The presence of some air pockets inside the chamber might support the growth of different microorganisms. So there are certain air pockets. Because of these air pockets, there is a chance of the growth of different microorganisms. That is why the vacuum chamber is important component in an autoclave. Next is wastewater cooler. Many autoclaves are provided with a system to cool the effluent before it enters the draining pipes. So there is wastewater cooler. This system prevents any damage to the drainage pipe due to the boiling water being sent out of the autoclave. So this system prevents any damage to the drainage pipe, because sometimes the drainage pipe may get damaged due to the boiling water which is sent out of the autoclave. Next is principle or the working of an autoclave. The autoclave works on the principle of what? That we already know. Moist heat sterilization, where steam under pressure is used to sterilize the material present inside the chamber. So it works on the principle of moist heat sterilization and also the steam under pressure. The high pressure increases what? The boiling point of the water, and it helps to achieve a higher temperature for sterilization. And the boiling point of water, it is usually 100 degrees Celsius under normal atmospheric pressure, which is 760 millimeter of mercury. However, when the boiling point of water increases, then the pressure is to be increased. Similarly, high pressure facilitates what? Rapid penetration of the heat into the deeper part of the materials, and the moisture present in the steam causes what? Coagulation of protein. So the main function or action is protein coagulation of the bacteria, causing an irreversible loss of function and activity of microbes. The principle is employed in an autoclave where the water boils at 121 degrees Celsius. So the temperature is crucial, that is 121 degrees Celsius at a pressure of 15 psi or 775 millimeter of mercury. This is the ideal temperature, 121 degrees Celsius at a pressure 15 psi. When the steam comes in contact on the surface, what happens? It kills the microbe by giving off latent heat, and the condensed liquid ensures moist killing of microbes. This is the principle. Once the sterilization phase is completed, which depends on the level of contamination of the material inside, the pressure is released from the inside of the chamber through the vessel. So the pressure comes down by moving out through the vessel. The pressure inside the chamber is then restored back to the ambient pressure. There is a spelling mistake, sorry. To the ambient pressure, while the components remain hot for some time. Even though the pressure inside the chamber is restored back, but the components inside remain hot for some time. That's why when we open this cooker, the materials are still hot. Next is the procedure for running an autoclave. In general, an autoclave is run at a temperature of 121 degrees Celsius for at least 30 minutes by using saturated steam under at least 15 psi of pressure. So this is the mainly working model. The following are the steps to be followed while running an autoclave. Before beginning to use this autoclave, it should be checked for any items left from the previous cycle. So we should check whether those items are present. That we have already told the list of items, that is pressure gauge, lid, everything are present, etc. And also sufficient amount of water also we must check before starting this autoclave. The sufficient amount of water is then put inside the chamber. Now the materials to be sterilized are placed inside the chamber. Next procedure is we should place the materials inside the chamber. Then the lid is closed and the screws are tightened to ensure an airtight